sweetest talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This is going to be the spoiler full review of Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, if you looked at my spoiler-free review, I really avoided the story as much as possible. I kind of were trying to portray the movie in such a way that I was comparing what I heard criticized about the movie and what I saw. So that's that review. Now, in this review, to get into more detail in terms of the villains, because that's really the big story here. The villains they're not bad villains, okay? It's a little bit different. More the focus of this story is between Gwen and Peter, and Peter's kind of Gwen Stacy's father kind of haunting Peter, not literally, but like the more he loves her, the more it's killing him inside to break the promise to her father. And you see that conflict within him. The villains have their own, I don't want to say their motivation is not, it's Spider-Man to a sense, but really it's the organization Oscorp. So Harry Osborn's father dies. Okay, he takes over the business. I guess Harry Osborn's second in command, and I don't remember the gentleman's name in the movie, kind of sets Harry Osborn up to be a scapegoat for what happened to Electro, Max, who fell in a tub of eels and became Electro. He pinned that on the Goblin, Osborn. So what happened was, after Electro became Electro, he wasn't even bad in the beginning. I mean, he was asking people he was asking for help, and I thought it was really cool. It's not like he just became Electro and was like, all right, I'm going to kill everybody. He was asking for help. He was begging, pleading. But because he looked different, because he couldn't control his powers in the beginning, he drew a lot of negative attention, obviously, from the cops. Even Spider-Man tried to talk him down, and then the one cop makes this dumb move. But at the end of the day, basically, he gets captured. He gets they manage to hold him in a facility where they can contain his power. So once Harry finds out that he's got the same disease that his father has, he realizes through some extensive research that was done at Oscorp with Peter Parker's father at the time, way back when, and Harry Osborn, that the blood from, or the venom rather, from the spiders that bit Peter can heal or at least sustain Harry, who has the same disease as his father. So basically, he needs Spider-Man's blood to live. So because Peter's starting to take pictures now of, the Bugle, he's like, hey, you take pictures of Spider-Man, you must know him, ask him if he can give me the blood. Obviously, at this point, he says no. Later on in the movie, not at that point. And Harry goes, Harry obviously is very, very upset about that, because he's like, you're supposed to save people, you're Spider-Man. And at this point, he doesn't know that Peter is Spider-Man yet. Peter came as Spider-Man to tell him. And so that obviously starts that whole rivalry. Now, if you saw my spoiler-free trailer, I said they don't spend a lot of time together in terms of recollecting and things like that. So that doesn't make the intensity that they were trying to portray as good as it would have been if they had at least touched upon their relationship in the first movie and then continue their relationship when Harry comes back in this movie. So basically, at that point, Harry gets ousted from Oscorp. Before that happened, he found out about what happened with Electro. That's how he knew he was being set up. So he found out where he was at. He goes, he frees him, they team up. In a sense, Electro goes to get the grid. He created this special power grid, the inventor, and Oscorp basically took the invention from him. So he goes to reclaim it by basically blacking out the city. At the end of the day, you get a lot of questions answered from the first movie in terms of what happened to Peter's father and why that whole thing occurred. They kind of highlight it in the beginning of the movie, and then towards the end, Peter finds out on his own. And it's just basically, it's not, I have a hard time wondering why critics are just bashing this movie. I thought the story continued well from the first one. And this is a spoiler review, so I'm going to say straight up, I thought this was a bold move. I didn't expect them to go through with it, but Gwen dies. Not exactly how it happens in the comics, but Green Goblin does have something to do with it. And it was a powerful scene. It was a powerful scene. I mean, I'm not sitting there crying. I knew it wasn't a shocker to me when I saw it because I know what happens in the comics. But I didn't expect them to do it in the movie because Emma Stone they have such a good chemistry on screen. I didn't think they'd want to kill that. But they stuck true to it. They stuck true. I mean, Green Goblin had her. He dropped her. Spider-Man dove for her. Green Goblin came after Spider-Man. They fought. They fought. Gwen kept falling. Spider-Man fought off Goblin, dove down, hit the web, got her right in the chest, and right as it hit her in the chest, the web, to pull her up, boom, her back hit the floor, and she pretty much bounced off the floor, and you just knew she was dead. It was actually it was kind of a fucked up scene. Actually, I wasn't expecting it to go down like that, but it was good. It was a good movie. I don't. Again, that's just me. Like I said in my last video, and I'll say it in this one. I can't kill a movie for doing the same thing other superhero movies are doing. Avengers, the whole setting up other movies. If anything, I think they're going to make up for the lack of development between Harry and Peter in this movie. I think they're going to make up for that in the next movie because Goblin's still alive and he's still running. I mean, he's in the asylum, but it looks like he's going to be set free by the gentleman in the cap, who I think his name now has been revealed as Mr. Fierce or something like that, or Pierce, something along those lines. I got to look that name up. I'm sure it means something or it's somebody, but I don't remember off the top of my head. There was no end credit scene other than the X-Men scene they showed in the middle of the credits, which was a brand new scene that hasn't been seen before. But look, the movie was good. As much as I love Godzilla, as much as I hated the fact that they saturated the trailers, and as skeptical as I was going in because of all the negative reviews, it was a very good movie. So there you have it, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I loved it. Can't wait till it comes out on DVD to add it to the collection. I thought it was better than the first one. The music was fantastic. The action sequences were good. The story carried over from the first one. Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield did very well. I like Jamie Foxx as Electro. I think he did a great job. The villains were not the focal point of the movie. They're not. The focal point is Peter's struggle with the promise, obviously his relationship with Gwen, and the villain struggle is Max being rejected by everybody, and that just infusing his anger. Nobody notices him. Nobody cares about him. And he just feels like society doesn't accept him, even though he's a brilliant scientist, a brilliant engineer, and has created something for the city that that is a great resource of clean energy. And these are things that I understand critics can't mention this because they're spoilers, but I think those are elements that play a good factor into why a character would go villainous, in terms of, I created this design to help people. I bust my tail to help you. I'm a great engineer. I'm a good worker. I'm reliable. The guy worked late on his birthday. Nobody talks to him. Nobody notices him. Nobody cares about him. He gets this power, and even then, if he would have an opportunity to help people, the people still reject him. To me, that seems like a perfect reason to just say, all right, you know what? Fuck everyone then. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Critics are critics. It is what it is. But if you like Spider-Man, go see the movie. There's just no way you can't enjoy this movie. It's a good movie. It's very entertaining, and that's what I love, entertainment. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, this is going to be the spoiler-full review of Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, if you looked at my spoiler-free review, I really avoided the story as much as possible. I kind of were trying to portray the movie in such a way that I was comparing what I heard criticized about the movie and what I saw. So that's that review. Now, in this review, to get into more detail in terms of the villains, because that's really the big story here. The villains they're not bad villains, okay? It's a little bit different. More the focus of this story is between Gwen and Peter, and Peter's kind of Gwen Stacy's father kind of haunting Peter. Not literally, but like the more he loves her, the more it's killing him inside to break the promise to her father. And you see that conflict within him. The villains have their own, I don't want to say, their motivation is not